Hello, Watem here, and welcome back to some more Umineko When Seagulls Cry. Let us continue our first step. Well, battlers' first steps.
バトラ様の切り札、19人目の人物という大駒。証拠はあるのかとの私の一手に、バトラ様は悪魔の証明で反撃。
Yes.
良い攻防です。
Now, keep in mind that a devil's proof is not a proof or disproof. It is accepting the possibility of the existence of something.
お嬢様のおられないところで勝手に手を進めてしまうのは申し訳ないのですが、私も少し面白くなってきてしまったところです。お嬢様に代わり、さらに一手進めさせていただきましょうか。
来いよ。魔女だろうと悪魔だろうと相手に不足はね。
Do I exist?
バトラ様の刺された一手、悪魔の証明。これは私ども悪魔のお箱でございますが、他にも私どもにはいくつもの手がございます。ヘンペルのカラスという一手はご存知ですかな？
No.
ヘンペルのカラス？何の話だ？
Just then, that enraging laugh I've heard so many times started echoing. The room was filled with dazzling golden butterflies, and in the center of that whirlwind, the golden witch appeared.
これはお嬢様。おはようございます。
わらわのいないところで何やら面白そうなことをしていると思えば、ヘンペルのカラスか。なんとも笑える懐かしい一手よ。よもやバトラに披露する日が来ようとはな。それは悪魔の証明に並ぶ古典的一手だ。ロノウェイ、それはわらわが指す一手ぞ。わらわの楽しみを減らしてくれるな。
出やがったな、ゲラゲラ魔女め。相変わらず下品に笑いやがって。こいつもお前のこと笑い方に品がねえって陰口言ってたぜ。なあ。
それは心外な。本当か？
めっそうもない。心より尊敬申し上げているお嬢様に、この私めがどうしてそのような陰口を申せましょうか。
よくもシャーシャーと言えるもんだな。お前とは仲良くなれそうにないぜ。
まあよい。話を戻そう。ヘンペルのカラスは実証を待遇的に行ってみせる。つまりこういう手だ。カラスが黒いことを証明するにはどうすればいい？
Well, yeah, you could do proof by negation. Show that if it isn't black, then it isn't a raven.
あ？何の話だ？カラスが黒いことを証明って、カラスを捕まえてきて色が黒いことを確認すりゃいいだけの話だろ。
That does not prove it for all ravens they are black. What it does is that there exists a raven that is black.
その通り。
So if you remember, actually, if I did the editing from last time with the negations with the for alls, what we want is for all ravens are black. Then we can get the negative of that statement. So basically we do double negation. The negatives cancel each other out. So we want to prove that there does not exist a raven that is not black.
カラスイコール黒いを証明すればよい。ということは、黒くない鳥イコールカラスではないを証明しても同じ論法になるのがわかるかな。世界中のカラスでない鳥をすべて調べ、それらが黒くないことを証明すれば。それは結果的に、故に黒い鳥はカラスであるとなるわけだ。
No? No, that still runs into issues.
これを対偶論法という。
That example isn't quite there.
そなたには難しいか？
ああ、まったく。何言ってやがるのかさっぱりだ。
バトラ様、こういう例え話はいかがでしょう。2つの箱があり、片方は当たりでクッキーが入っているといたします。もちろんもう片方は外れで空っぽです。
Okay, so how exactly are you going to go about this one? For example, here are two boxes. One has a cookie inside and means you win, while the other is empty and means you lose. At this moment, it has a cookie inside equals you win, which implies that you do not win equals it had no cookie inside. When such a relationship exists, the latter is called the contrapositive. If A then B is true, then if not B, then not A is also true. If A then B is true, if not B, then it doesn't matter what A is, that statement will be true. They might be using a different if A then B though. So another thing in logic, you've got your A and B truth table. You've got your A or B. You've got your A exclusive or, which means that if both of them are true, then your overall statement is false. And then you've got conjunction, I believe is... Or is that and? There's a lot of overlapping terms, but your if A then B is represented with an arrow. The truth table of that is basically, if A is true, then B has to be true. If A is true and B is false, then your statement is false. If A is false, then if B is true, then it's true. But also if A is false, then if B is false, it's still true. Let's say, if there's rain, then there's clouds. So that statement is, let's say you have rain and you have clouds, then yep, that's true. If you have rain but no clouds, that means that that original statement is false. If you have no rain, you could have clouds. That doesn't say anything about your original statement, because your statement is if there's rain, then there's clouds. You can have clouds without having rain, and likewise you can have not clouds and also not have rain. So yes, if not B then not A is also true, but if not B does not mean that you also do not have A. Oh, right, they didn't do if A then B again. It's if not B, then not A. Okay, yes, that is true then. I mixed up the order in the second case. I didn't realise that they switched them. Yes. So, yep, if we look at the arrow from the opposite direction, from what I just showed you, hopefully I'm showing you, you've got your one false statement. So you kind of work backwards from there. If you have not your false statement, in order for your whole statement to be true, and you've got your B as false, that means your A also has to be false, in order for your overall statement to still be true.
そりゃ当然だろう。
That being said, your statement could be false.
もし選んだ方が外れだったなら、もう片方は自動的に当たりってことになる。
Generally, either with logic problems, you either already know the rule, and so you have some of the information but not the other information, and so you can find out what that other information is from the rule and the partial information you have, or alternatively, you're looking for the rule and you have both pieces of information. You cannot just have a single piece of information, infer a rule from that, and then get another piece of information. You're creating information from nothing. So, yeah. There is some missing logic for that previous step. Yeah. You do need to have if A then B is true. You need to know for certain that rule exists before you can start using that rule with partial information to get the rest of the information. Anyway.
つまり箱を適当に選び、当たりを引こうと外れを引こうと。
Unless you know for certain that the rules are true, you cannot say anything about the other box.
最初の一手でどっちの箱にクッキーが入っているか特定できるわけだ。
Yeah. Assuming that you know the rules. If you do know the rules, then yes, that is true.
その通り。開けた箱にクッキーが入っていたなら、悪魔の証明を満たす。この箱は当たり、イコール、この箱にはクッキーが入っている。をまさに実証できるわけだ。しかし、開けた箱が空っぽだったなら、この時は逆にヘンペルのカラスを満たす。この箱にクッキーが入っていないイコールこの箱は当たりではないとなるのだから。
With the assumption that there is a winner, or conversely, the assumption that there is a loser.
そしてそれは箱が2つしかないことを前提としている限り。
Yes, a very big if, though.
もう片方の箱が自動的に当たりであることを対偶的に示している。
まあ、なんとなく理屈は分かったぜ。毒を制するには毒、へりくつにはへりくつってわけだ。それで俺の島には19人目の人間が隠れているに違いないから。
Well, there isn't definitely a 19th human hidden on this island.
18人全員にアリバイがあっても。
Is he gonna say that every other human is not on this island or something in red?
それは魔女を認めることにはならないを。どう切り返してくれるってんだ？
よかろう。わらわの手は教えよう。
Wait, let me just check again. Oh yeah, no, never mind.
まずそなたは18人の中に犯人はいないイコールならば犯人は19人目としている。ならば待遇としてこうなるわけだ。つまり犯人は19人目ではないイコールならば18人の中に犯人がいる。
はあ？なんだと？それはどういう意味だ？
そなたの指し手を逆手に取っただけだがな。
No?
そう難しい話ではあるまい。ロノウェ、説明せよ。
Well, you'd need to prove the contrapositive. You can't just state a contrapositive.
そなたのさっきのクッキーの箱の例えはバトラに分かりやすいらしい。
So, for example, in the statement, all ravens are black, and using the contrapositive that all, if it's Yeah, all other birds are not black. You could state that, but that doesn't mean that there isn't another bird that's black that's not a raven.
それでは僭越ながら、先ほどの例え話でもう一度ご説明させていただきます。
Actually, hang on, that statement didn't even work in the first place. Even let's say the only black birds that exist are ravens, that doesn't mean that all ravens are black. You could have a white raven, and that would still be among... And you could check every bird that isn't a raven, and it could still not be black. I'm lost by their logic. That doesn't make sense. Allow me to repeat my earlier story about 2 treasure boxes, one of which has a cookie in it. In this situation, you have an 18th person and a 19th person box. Oh, I missed the 18th person box. So the cookie represents the culprit. Battle Osama. Let's say you open an 18th person box. Because the cookie is not there, you have paradoxically proven that therefore the cookie is in the 19th person box. But let's just make an even more paradoxical claim. In other words, if it was first shown that a 19th person box was empty, it would prove at the same time that the cookie is in the 18th person box. Battle Osama played this move in order to avoid having to doubt any of the 18. But it's now being used to prepare an 18-person attack. Yeah, okay, sure, you've prepared your attack. Now you actually have to make it, though.
19人目の箱の中身が空っぽであることを先に証明すれば、そなたは自動的に18人の箱の中にクッキーがあることを認めなければならないということになる。
But are you actually going to prove that the inside of a 19th person box is empty?
そなたはそれを逆の言い方で口にしたに過ぎんのだぞ。
つまり、俺の自信満々の一手は同時に諸刃の剣でもあるってわけか。
その通りよ。そなたの19人目で全てを説明する一手は、それが18人でしか説明できないことを認めざるを得ないリスクを背負っている。
I mean, not necessarily. Technically, I mean, it's not going to be the case in this situation, but technically it could be an accident, and therefore it's not something that required a 19th person. Therefore, even if the 19th person does not exist, it does not require it to be one of the 18th people. I see. Hempel's Raven. So this is a countering technique. Wait, if I really think about it, this counter is really disadvantageous for me. This isn't a cookie we're talking about. If I imagine that the loser treasure chest actually has a bomb in it, it gets even clearer. There aren't just 2 treasure chests, but 18 plus 1 more for a 19th person. If you think of it as a total of 19 boxes, it gets even easier to picture. First off, one of the premises of the human culprit theory is that the bomb will definitely be in one of these boxes. I didn't want to place the bomb in the boxes for any of the 18, so I used the devil's proof, and created a 19th person box so I could throw the bomb in there. That much was fine, but then Beato struck back. Now, if the contents of the 19th boxes are empty, that will automatically mean that the bomb's in one of the other 18 boxes. I could examine what's inside all the 18 of those boxes, and as long as I can show that the bomb isn't in any of them, I'll be able to safely show that the 18 are innocent. If that were possible, I'd have nothing to fear. However, in reality, that will be almost absolutely impossible. Police wouldn't come here and this type of thing. We don't have access to scientific investigations or experts or anything. In short, we can't prove anything decisively. Yes. Can they also prove that the 19th person box is empty, though? It'll be impossible for me to find any proof other than simply gulping down whatever alibis each of the 18 give. It means I personally have to prove their innocence, and I have to do it perfectly. Like by staying with them the whole time, never letting them out of my sight for a second. By doing that, I could probably be sure of that person's innocence. Sure that the bomb isn't in their box. However, in practical terms, that'll be impossible. In other words, I'd have to expend an incredible effort just to check the contents of one box. And there are 18 of them. In other words, unless I bound all 18 of them in chains and watched over them, it'll be impossible to prove that all of them have empty boxes. However, Byoto only has to open one box, the 19th person box, and show that it's empty to prove that the bomb is in one of the other 18 boxes. Well, how are you showing that it's empty? Are you showing that there is a 19th person and then proving that they didn't do it? Because in that case, it could be a 20th person box. Furthermore, there's no need for her to show which of the 18 boxes has the bomb. I've got 18 times more work to do to explain my pet theory than Beatrice does for hers. Not exactly.
"悪魔の証明がそうであるように反論に膨大な手間がかかり事実上不可能であるケースが少なくない。しかしヘンペルのカラスはその問題を逆手に取り容易に実証することを可能とする。
ヘンペルのカラスを使えばさまざまな暴論が実証可能なのです。例えば私以外の人間イコール愚かであるという命題があったとします。これを証明するには本来私を除く全人類を調べ愚かであることを証明しなければなりません。しかし何十億人も調べるなど現実には不可能でしょう。マトラ様の18箱を開ける手間と全く同じです。
しかしヘンペルのカラスならばその命題は待遇的にこう変換される。つまり私以外の人間イコール愚かであるをそなた風に言うならばチェス盤をひっくり返し愚かではないイコール私として証明しても良いということだ。
Except that doesn't prove that all humans except me are foolish. Let's see. All humans except me have one leg. Let's see. Yeah. And then you are saying that to prove that, all you'd have to say is not having one leg. I do not have only one leg. And I have two legs. Therefore, all humans except for me have one leg. That is a false statement.
つまりどういうことだと思う？
You're not...
わらわが聡明であるという事実を知るだけで全人類は愚かであることの何十億人分もの証明が直ちに終了してしまうわけだ。全人類がわらわよりも愚かであることをわずか1秒もかけずに証明終了できる。
Doesn't make sense.
世界最強最速の QED。これぞヘンペルのカラス。
なんつ暴論だよ。
Yes, it is a ridiculous argument because it's false.
これはとても便利な一手ですよ。悪魔どころか神々も好む一手です。幸福であるイコール神のしもべを命題とするとき、待遇は 神のしもべでない人間イコール幸福であってはいけないとなります。つまり神のしもべがその加護によって幸福であることを実証するためには、その加護を受けぬ人々が不幸であることを実証すればいいわけです。そして彼らは自らの神を信じない人々を不幸に突き落とすことで自らの幸福を実証する。
人に幸福を与えるには莫大なコストがかかる。しかし人を不幸にするのに必要なコストははるかに安上がりだ。つまりヘンペルのカラスを使えば神々は実に低コストで信者に加護の喜びを与えられるわけよ。
悪魔だ。
I feel broken.
悪魔の理論だ。めちゃくちゃだ。
Since when could demons make logical fallacies?
話がそれてしまったようだな。そろそろ話を戻そうぞ。わらわの反撃の一手は以上だ。そなたの19人目が犯人だから18人は無実で魔女も存在しないへの反撃は、ならば19人目が犯人でないことを証明できたら18人か魔女のどちらかが犯人ということで確定するぞとの確認だ。
So it's the only way you can prove. Yeah. What you would need to prove is that there's no other person other than the 18 that is guilty. So you'd need to prove that there is no more than X people, and all the other people, and those X people who are not part of the set of 18 are innocent. For a while, I just stood there, shocked, completely forgetting to close my mouth. Just when I thought I'd counted one of their strong points, their counterattack had been this reckless argument that I couldn't possibly have anticipated. I wouldn't have anticipated it either, for different reasons, but yeah. Is this going to be impossible after all? To continue denying the witch on an island with no more than 18 people, and still believe in the innocence of those 18 people. Is that just a delusion? Am I just trying to escape reality? Not yet. Don't give up this desperate struggle yet. Who cares about whoever's Raven? They're just trying to confuse me by bringing up weird bits of trivia. I use the devil's proof. Don't feel uncertain about something you've used once. Believe in the spear you've drawn. Believe in the heart of the cards. And then forcefully gouge it in.
まだまだ序盤だぞ。この程度で長考するつもりか?
Yes, I do plan on keeping to thinking in actual truth. Logical truth.
いや待て、確認するぞ。確かに俺は分かりやすく19人目という言い方をしたが。
Yes, you cannot provide a 19th person, show that they're innocent, and then suggest that it must be one of the 18. Because, again, as I said before, there could be a 20th or a 21st.
悪魔の証明によって18人以上人間を増やせるなら。
Yeah.
それは10人いるか100人いるかもわからない。不特定多数ということだ。
Once you get above 8 billion, there might be some problems.
お前が想定する人数より常に1人多い。
So always a bigger fish.
わかるか?
They countered my twisted logic with something even more twisted. So the only thing that could counter that would be even crazier twisted logic. No, yours actually is logical. theirs isn't.
なるほど。
They use elements of logic and then use them to draw a logical fallacy. It's like those are things that prove that 1 equals 2 by actually hiding in something that they're breaking maths. So for example, multiplying by 0, or taking the square root of 2 sides and only taking the positive square root and not taking into account the negative square root. So 1 equals 1, for example. 1 squared equals 1 squared. So, well, yeah. 1 equals 1, 1 squared equals 1 squared. Negative 1 times negative 1 equals 1 times 1. And so, you take the square root of both sides, and you've got negative 1 equals 1. That's not how maths work. But they'll hide that into some other equation to make it seem like 5 equals 6. They're doing something similar here. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.